everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm the indie author and welcome back to my channel. Excuse the Miss Violet in my lap. She's decided that she's taking over from where Miss Penn left off. So I've done tropes I hate in various different genres, but now I wanted to go and do the top 10 that I adore. This goes across the young adult to adult age range and across many different types of genres. So basically I'm going to break it down for you now. Number 1. Friends to lovers. I have loved this trope for so long and it's one that really gets me in the feels. I love being able to watch two close friends, absolute goofballs, slowly coming to the point where they both realise their love is not completely platonic. I live for this stuff. I especially like when it's something that hasn't been realised by either side until some little thing changes and they both work out independently that they're in love with their best friend. And then comes the fun of waiting for them to work up the courage to admit their feelings. It's an amazing trope when done well, and you can pry it from my dead hands. I adore this trope, and I just can't say enough that this is a big one for me. Number 2. Found family. I've been lucky in life that I have a pretty okay family, but I've also been lucky in finding one to call my own as well. So you could say that I get the best of both worlds. The found family trope, whether it's adults being adopted by kids or the other way around, or even a group of friends getting so close that they are family, it's an amazing trope. I especially love the message it sends that just because you don't have a great family by blood, that doesn't mean you can't make one of your own. Like me personally, as I said, I have a pretty good blood family, but Miss D and B are my found family, and that's just a nice thing to have. And seeing it in books or on the screen is just a super cool thing to experience. Number 3. Fall of society. I was never someone who really liked dystopian as an idea, but years back I read The Hunger Games and that opened a whole lot of doors for me reading wise. I was hooked, and I couldn't read enough books that dealt with the fall of society. I love watching as the characters and the human race struggle to come back from this. It can be something like a dystopian, or it can just be people waking up one day to find the world has ended and is now filled with zombies or some virus like that. I can't get enough of these types of books for a number of reasons. 1, it shows how resilient we are as a species. 2, it shows that people will try and keep going no matter what. 3, it shows that the good of humanity is still there while the bad side is too. And 4, they allow me to see just how far the human condition can be pushed before the end is too much for them. I love this trope and I always will. Number 4. A secret from everyone. This is one I've used in my writing before, that one person, either the protagonist or someone close to them, has a major secret. It can be anything from devastating to weird, but the way the story is told, you as the reader need to work out what it could be. It's a great source of tension in any genre. You can use it in young adult or adult. It's versatile and it's a nice guessing game for the reader. On top of that, it creates a relationship between the reader and this person with the secret, because just as much as the character wants to hide it, the reader is desperate for it to come out, or at least know what it is. I just adore this trope and it's generally done really well. I've yet to come across a book that doesn't hit it with the right marks. Number 5. Good platonic and romantic relationships. This might not be a trope per se, but I felt like it was a good one to have in here. I'm not just talking about romantic relationships because this applies to platonic as well. I'm a sucker for friends supporting each other and for lovers to do the same. Similar to the found family trope, I want to see characters that are engaging and happy and all about being the best friend and or partner they can be. I've said before that I've been really lucky in having good friendships, and I really like seeing that reflected in fiction. Usually the onus is on the romantic relationship to be the big thing and to showcase how good it is, but I do love it when writers also focus on friendships and other platonic relationships in their fiction. I feel like this is a good thing to do because there doesn't need to be anyone looking at a toxic relationship of any kind and thinking that's okay. So if you're a writer watching this and write these kind of things, let me know in the comments below because I'm always looking for new books to read. Number 6. Sacrificing themselves for love. This one might seem a bit odd following on from the last one, but I do love the trope of one part of the relationship trying to sacrifice themselves for love. But I will add a caveat here. I said trying to. I don't want to be seeing two people get together only for one of them to die. I don't mind if they're a little maimed, but it shouldn't be a sad ending. This happens way too much in fiction, especially if the pair are part of the LGBTQ rainbow. I also like trying to sacrifice yourself, but then something happens to save you both. It's good to see how far a character will go to save their lover and then end up being okay and able to continue on with their lives happily. Give me a sacrifice that doesn't mess up the rest of their lives. I'm talking about not stopping them from going to uni or completing their education, but things like trying to save their partner's life, jumping in front of them when a bullet is fired, but both of them surviving is key. And despite what a lot of people think, having a disability does not equal messing up the rest of their lives, so it doesn't have to be one without long-term side effects. Number 7. Newfound power/abilities. I feel like this one should be obvious for those of you who beated the Comic Chronicle series. I can give you a little breakdown just in case you haven't. Jessie is 15, newly disabled, and has recently discovered the ability to feel other people's mental and physical pain. She's an empath. And part of choosing that trope was because I love it a whole ton. Throughout the series, Jessie has a lot of things to learn, and I love reading books along the same lines, because having the power and ability is one thing, knowing how to use it is another, and it can lead to some pretty funny situations. I adore this trope as well, and while I know it may not be everyone's cup of tea, it's mine, and I love it. Number 8. Slow burn romance. I adore the slow burn romance. It's something I've never been able to write myself, but I do love reading other authors who do it so very well. I love the tension, the torture, as you see these two happy dorks just so very much in love with each other, but not yet able to say the words, or not even fully realising that they are very much in love. It's the silly little things, like someone says something wrong, that makes it all the more enjoyable ride to be on. I just love those kind of things, and it's something I hope to master in writing one day. But as of yet, it's just not in my wheelhouse, though I do get to read a lot of them. It's the mislooks, the secrets, the pining. Oh, that's so much fun to read and watch. But then the best part, that first kiss that you as the reader have been waiting for so long. It's just all round amazing. Number 9. Gentle misunderstandings. This one kind of ties in with the last one. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, it irritates the hell out of some readers, but for me, I want to see the simple misunderstandings that torture the characters, and by extension, the readers, while we're waiting for these two to get together. If done right, it can be a source of comedy gold for the reader, or it can be a case of guys need to open your eyes and talk to each other. Now, I have seen these done wrong, whether the misunderstandings are too great or done too many times that you just can't keep track of what's real and what isn't. But that's the key to this one, I think. Do it sparingly and the readers will love it. If overdone, it does turn me off a book, but that's just me. Number 10. Open endings. I have a caveat to go with this one, and that's the trope is my favourite when it doesn't apply to the crime mystery genre. In that case, I want to know what's happening, and all of it. But in other genres, I'm pretty okay with the ending being open, either so that there's a possibility of a sequel, or if not, that the reader can draw their own ideas of where the character may end up. I just like the idea of there being a story after the end of the book, whether that's through fanfic, yes, I have written and read some in my time, or just daydream about it yourself and discussing it with friends, whatever works for you. I like there to be some loose threads, again, not in crime mystery, so that I can work out my own way of ending things and look forward to the future of the characters. This might be something I like because I'm also a writer, but I don't think so. I love the idea of there being more story to tell and the author allowing the readers to be the one to tell it. Of course, your mileage may vary, as with all of these tropes. So there we have it, my 10 top tropes in all of fiction. Basically, I'm a sucker for slow burn romance. I love the idea of friends to lovers, and there are some others in there that just, speak to me. So what's your favourite trope? What's the one that if you see it in a book, you know you're going to love this book, especially if it's done well? Let me know down in the comments below. So that's all we've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, subscribe, or like. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pre-order Lights On or pick up Lights Out. And if you do, don't forget to fill out the swag form, all the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye!